Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So something happened on Twitter the other day that I'd like to share with you guys in this video. Now, if you don't follow me on Twitter already, go follow me. But if you do, you probably already know that I'm someone that likes to talk about my life on Twitter. Whether it's something that annoys me, something that makes me happy, or something that just sends me to a different dimension, be it in a positive way or a negative way, I talk about it on Twitter. And what I usually do is I make fun of my dating life in Azerbaijan because surprise, surprise, I've been living here for the past 20 years. It would be shocking for me not to date someone from the country, obviously by protecting the privacies of those that I'm talking about, because why would I expose them? Basically what happened was I made a few tweets in the course of like 4 days or something, and it was basically me making fun of guys who literally ask me to meet after exchanging 4 to 5 messages with me. Followed by that, I posted screenshots of this conversation that I had with a guy who was being inappropriate with me solely after I mentioned the fact that I am not an Azerbaijani. I mentioned this in the caption of my tweet. Let me note 2 things about this tweet. I firstly concealed the identity of this individual that I was talking to. And secondly, I mentioned in the caption of the tweet that because of instances like this, I can be disgusted by men at times. Now, I don't think anything was wrong about this statement. I didn't say I'm constantly disgusted by men. I didn't say that all men disgust me. All I said was I am capable, I can be disgusted by men. Now, my tweets were written in Azerbaijani, which I consider as my second language because I've been living here since I was a year and 9 months old, as many of you already know. So I didn't really learn any other language as well as I learned Azerbaijani, even though it's not perfect again. Now, I'm not trying to tune my own horn or whatnot and say that I'm like super famous or whatnot. But the tweets did get more traction than I expected them to. Many people brushed it off and just left a like. Some people laughed at it. And some people went on to say some of the most unnecessarily mean things that I have ever heard in my 20 years of living in this country. So, remember my video about racism in Azerbaijan? Yeah, let's multiply that by 20. Because not only did I experience racism, I got tweets sent to me, I got a meme made out of me, and I was sent a message on my personal Facebook from one of the people that were in my friends list that followed me on Twitter, I suppose, basically calling me out in one of the most demeaning ways possible. So what I want to do is I want to share some of the tweets with you. I want to have a quick trigger warning for anyone that is easily triggered by ableism, sexism, or racism, because the next section has it all. I'm very sorry about that, and I absolutely understand if you decide to click off this video, and I will see you in the next video. However, if you're willing to stay, let's get into it.
Irqçılıq kimi çıxmasında xariciyəm dediyin ölkə Hindistandır. 3 ildir otelçilik sayəsində kifayət qədər Hindistanlı tanımışam. Adamlar Somalidən falan bir level yuxarı kimi bir şeydir. Xarici görən kimi qız hər şeyə hazır düşünə bilərlər, amma Hindistana da yox da.
Pullu qardaşların maşınından minib ilk görüşdən minət edəndə petli olmur onlar. Amma xoşuna gəlməyən kasıb hesab etdiklərin petlədir. Səni yaxşı tanıyıram. Elə mən tanıdığım 2 nəfər ilk görüşdən vurub sənə. Burada özünü bomba göstərməklə deyil.
Oğlanlar bilsə ki bu Hindistanlıdır, heç matçı olmaz.
Baxırlar əli uzatdı, ola bilsin düşünürlər ki bazarı yoxdur. Son olar da.
Salam, Twitterda yaydığın skrin yersizdir. Hər qıza hər gün elə mesajlar yazılır və oğlan sənə pis bir şey də yazmamışdı ki, ifşa olunsun. Burada milliyyət söhbəti eləmirəm, sırf zona söhbəti edirəm ki, sən yaşadığın zonada qonaqsansa azca qonaq yerində qalasan. Yaxşı olar ki, bundan istifadə edib buradakı adamlara petlə ya da gedə deməli deyilsən. Onu da deyim ki, hərəkətlərinlə sadəcə gözdən düşürsən. Maraqlıdırsa deyim ki, mən o oğlan kimdir heç tanımıram da. Amma özünü belə aparmağın, üstəlik buradakı insanları petlələr deməyin, özü də normal danışan adam kimi üzərindən. Mədəniyyətsizlikdir, tərbiyəsizlikdir. Salamat qal.
Xarici olduğum üçün özlə bilet elə bil Hindistan suavi playboylar diyarıdır. Bizim qaqaşın divijenisi istənilən St. Bob's and Vagina yazan Hind yanığının divijenisindən yaxşıdır.
Nə dəxli var güya? Hindli oğlanların daha qəşəng padxod eləyir deyir. Elə demir. Xarici olduğu üçün bizim qaqaşların xaricidirsə verir fikri ilə buna padxod elədiklərini iddia edir. Mən də bizim qaqaşlardakı bu stereotipin Hind qızları haqqında olmadığını deyirəm. Cinsi aclığın Afrikasından olan biri yanıqlığı bizə proyeksiya edə bilməz. Səhv söhbət edirsən, danışarıq bunu. Yox, danışmayacağıq. Çünki dediklərim obyektiv gerçəklikdir.
Conclusion. Hindistan qızlarda oğlanlar kimi keyfiyyətsizdir.
Allah heç olmasa bizimki istəyirdi. Evlənənə qədər anasından başqa lüt qadın görməyən Hindlər kimi bütün seksual həyatı sıxoy vurmaq üzərində qurulmayıb.
Elə bir zorluyub da.
Now, I want to mention something. I did not include all of the tweets that I got because I don't want to induce all of the negative energy that was induced upon me to you guys. But I do want to talk about the potential root of these negative tweets. Because the racism, sexism, and ableism that these people expressed without any remorse of any sort shows something far more than being raised wrong. So I compiled a few factors that I would like to give you guys as examples for why people talk like this. So for the people that were being racist and ableist towards me, probably have their racism and ableism rooted from this thought process and this ideology that is completely outdated, that is shared amongst most Caucasian countries, and that is no foreigner or nobody that is different to you can come to your land or your place and give you any form of criticism, be it somebody of a different race or somebody that cannot do something, because their able-bodied privilege is definitely showing, and I can see right through it. Never in their lives would they ever have to stress about being in a sandpit as a kid, worrying that another kid would come and kick you on your back just because your doctors back home in India fucked you over by giving you a fuck all surgery to live with for the rest of your life. Their able-bodied privilege is showing because they literally have no issue in saying what they are from their stance, because they don't have to wake up in the morning and have to use a wheelchair in order to commute from one place to another. They can just stand up and go. And again, I'm not doing this and I'm not saying this for sympathy. So if that's what you're planning on leaving in the comment section, please don't. So let's move on to the next probable reason about why people left sexist tweets. Now, I don't mean to diagnose each and every man with little man syndrome, but I feel like a fair amount of men suffer from it. They can never ever fathom the fact that a woman could ever speak her mind. This results in guys gaslighting women, guys making the woman feel very low, guys bullying the woman, and guys eventually taking advantage of one solely over the fact that she was opinionated. So this brings me to my last and final probable cause of these hateful tweets. And that is, why did women attack me, a woman? And that stems from a term that you probably noticed me mentioning on my social media, and that is systematic oppression. Women for centuries have been taught to be below men because of living in patriarchal societies. Women are constantly silenced and they are taught to believe that a man is always right. I have a question to ask you guys basically. A man is driving his car and he hits a boy that was crossing the street. That boy turned out to be his son. He goes and picks up his son and drives him to the hospital. Once he arrives at the hospital, he's told that the child needs surgery, and the surgeon says, "I cannot operate on this boy because he's my son." Who do you think the surgeon is? If you thought that the surgeon was a man that the woman cheated on her husband with and had the son off, you're wrong. Because the surgeon themselves was the wife. And if you thought anything other than that, you, my friend, are also probably systematically indoctrinated. I said that, oh, did the woman cheat on the man when I was asked this question? I was pretty shocked once I got the answer, because I realized that not only did I accuse the woman of doing something that she didn't, but I didn't even think of the possibility of the surgeon being a woman. As a woman and as an activist, I think that it is beyond integral for us to be given the freedom of speech to at least speak about being made uncomfortable by a man. One last thing before I just leave. If you want to be racist, at least make your racism sound a bit smart so the person reading it can at least be like, and then call you a dumbass, rather than just seeing it and completely disregarding it because you're absolutely wrong. You're objectively wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit heavy, but I did want to have it up for you guys, for you to understand that anyone can be a victim of intense bullying. We just need to be strong, and we don't need to let things like this affect us while we are in the process of growth. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
They say I bang, they never toy with me. Royal from the crown